what do you know, what do you say, what do you do, my YouTube viewers? Retro Pro Frank with a new series here. So I'm going to be starting off a new series, okay? So this is going to be finishing off this bartop arcade here. Now, there's a bunch of different options when building a bartop arcade. As you can tell, I already built it. So this was like from straight sheets of 3/4 inch MDF. I didn't want to show the build because you know what, there's so many different specs on the internet that you guys can get your hands on that, you know what, I made my own specs, okay? I didn't follow anything off the internet. I made my own design, okay? I made it to house a nice big monitor, okay? Now everything on the internet that you'll find on YouTube and everything, it's always for these little shitty rank monitors, okay? So if I'm going to build it, if I'm going to build a bartop arcade, I'm going to build it to house at least a 26-inch monitor, okay? I want a nice big monitor, okay? If I'm going to do all this work and invest all this money, it's going to have a nice monitor, okay? So yeah, so you guys shouldn't have a problem finding specs on the internet for these bartop arcades. There's lots available. It's not too hard to get your hands on, okay? So I didn't want to show that, so that's why I didn't include that in this series. Alright, so basically I wanted to do a bartop arcade that was a little bit different than everybody else's on the internet, okay? Like over here, for example, you know, this marquee being so big and the way this, you know, this angle is on the side here, you know, you see stuff similar, but not this exact setup here. So yeah, so this is my actual own design, okay? So yeah, so to this point already, it took about a sheet of 3/4 inch MDF to get to this point, and probably, I'd say, because I built it myself, I'd say about 4 hours so far of my time to get to this point right here. Now, in this series I'm going to be uploading, I'm going to be doing it on my free time, okay, as much as possible. I'm going to try to include you guys with everything here, okay? I'm going to try to keep the editing down to a minimum, okay? So it's going to be kind of quick and dirty, okay, guys? The reason for it is because, you know, I already have to, you know, do the actual work to the cabinet itself. Then I have to do the video and to upload to YouTube and all that. So I'm trying to keep my time down a bit on the whole project. Maybe when I'm done, I'll go through all the videos, all the uploads for this, because this is going to be a multi-part video, okay? There's going to be probably maybe 5 to 10 different videos. I can't really say. Okay, so maybe when I'm done, I'll take all the best highlights from all the videos and I'll make one big video, okay, in the end. So yeah, so it's going to be a little bit sloppy the way the camera's done, and I apologize beforehand for that. So this is the cabinet here. Sorry about the shakiness, guys. So you can see the angle I put on that. Okay, so that's original there. Okay, there's no, you can actually see the pencil marks here because I didn't know what angle to go with because I designed this myself. I didn't know what angle to go with in the middle there, but I ended up with that kind of angle there. Okay, and I was thinking about making it a themed one. I didn't know if I wanted to go with like a Pac-Man theme or if I wanted to go with a Donkey Kong theme, but I think I'm going to leave stickers out of this. I think I'm just going to make it, you know, just painted, nice stickers. We're going to get some nice light-up buttons on this and everything, okay, and a nice big screen, okay. We'll see where it goes, okay. I'm going to bring you guys on a journey with me to get this totally complete, okay. So for today, since I'm already at this point here, okay, I already put my grooves in here with the router for the T-molding to accept the chrome T-mold I'm going to use. Now you guys have seen the video where I made this this arcade here, this stand-up. Okay, so I want to make this totally different from this one. I think the only similarities are going to be the actual carbon fiber. So if you look over here, sorry guys, I'm programming a new program, Hyperspin, that I just received. So if you look over here, see the texture? So that's carbon fiber. So that's going to be like the only similarities to this one, okay? So I tried to make it a lot different, okay? If I'm going to have two of them, I want them different. So like I said, this is going to have light up buttons on it, and yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Now, if you guys aren't crafty, and you know, you want to do a build like this, excuse me, sorry, and you want to do a build like this, you can buy you know, the skeletons for this already from eBay. So they're already cut. Everything's all cut for you. You just have to buy it and take it home. I'm assuming it comes with instructions to put it together. Comes with the hardware. But those alone are, you know, they range anywhere from, you know, $300 to $500, easy Canadian. There's a lot of different ways you guys can go with the bartop arcade. Okay, now there's a JAMA connector board. You can go with a JAMA board, one of those like Pandora boxes with 500 games in one. They're a little expensive, and I heard some reviews about the audio not being too good with the Pandora's box. So, you know, for this build, I'm going to stay away from that. Then there's the RetroPie. Okay, so what the RetroPie is, for those of you who don't know, RetroPie is essentially, it's a computer about the size of your hand. It's just a board, and it has basically your HDMI, your power supply, USB inputs, okay, and it runs on Linux. Now, I don't really know Linux too much, so I kind of, you know, I'm kind of scared to start spending money on stuff I don't know. Now, I've heard some reviews on the internet that the RetroPie, because it's such, you know, it's this big, that the actual audio of the RetroPie is kind of crappy, okay? And I looked up the specs of the RetroPie. It actually, the newest version, if I'm not mistaken, guys, don't kill me if in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the RetroPies only come with like 2 gigs of RAM. So, like, now I know, like, these older games, they don't need a lot of RAM to run. But, you know, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, everyone says it's $35. It's not $35. It's going to equal up to about $100, okay? Now, there's no fan on it either, which means I think they get pretty hot too, which means they can melt, and you did all that work for nothing. And there's a lot of programming that I'm new to that I don't know. So, I think on this build, I'm going to go with just, I'm just going to go with an old PC unit, okay? Because I know the system, I know Windows very well. I already have the programs running all the emulators and the ROMs. Okay, we're gonna go with a Hyperspin on this. Okay, I do have the Hyperspin for the big cabinet, but I'm not going to show you guys that yet. We're gonna stick with this series right now. Okay. So what Hyperspin is it's a front end that runs all the emulators and everything. So we're gonna go with that. In order to run that, you know, I'm pretty sure you can run it on the RetroPie, but the thing about the RetroPie that really turned me off is it's only got 2 gigs of RAM at best. So I have computers here, okay, just lying around that I bought very cheap. I'll show you them now. Okay guys, so I have these 2 computers available to me here, okay. The one on the left there, that's a Pentium 4 dual core, okay. It actually has 4 gigs of RAM, which is double what the Raspberry Pi has, okay. And pretty quick, you know, not a bad processor. Should be able to run everything there needed for the ROMs and the emulators. Okay, and then my second choice is this Dell. This is a SFF, so it's a small form computer. Now it's got a really small power supply. I might have to upgrade it in order to get, you know, the lights and everything going on it, because you know, the power supply on this is very chintz. But this one over here has I've upgraded it to 6 gigs of RAM. Okay, so that's triple what the Raspberry Pi has. And what RAM is almost like the speed. Okay, your processor is what you know, is the brain of the system, and then the RAM is, you know, with more RAM, you know, it runs programs a lot easier. Now, a lot of people would say, you know what, well, Frank, why do I need such RAM? You know, it doesn't take much RAM to run Pac-Man and stuff like that. No, yeah, you're right. But I am putting Hyperspin on it. I'm not going with the RetroPie, which has its own operating system. I'm going to be going with Hyperspin, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, with that program, you would want a nice computer running at least, you know, at least 4 gigs of RAM running it to keep it nice and smooth on its window there. So, so the RetroPie 3, I think, is around $100 Canadian. Okay, now I bought that tower. It came with a monitor, and it came with mouse and keyboard from a garage sale. Sorry, from a garage sale for $15. Okay, now that's got 4 gigs of RAM, Pentium 2 dual. Okay, so that should be suffice right here. This one over here I bought used off local buy and sell group, Kijiji, almost like what you guys have in the States, eBay classified. I think I spent $40 for that. Okay, and I had some 2 gig sticks of DDR2 lying around, so I upgraded that as well. So now that's up to 6 gigs of RAM. All right, I probably will end up using that because it's a little bit smaller in order to fit into this. Okay, so but essentially one of these are going to be cannibalized completely. Okay, it's going to be taken out of its shell, out of its case, and wired up to the bartop arcade. So the case is going to end up going in the garbage. I don't know if I'm going to keep the DVD drives and all that stuff. I might just get rid of them because everything's USB nowadays anyway. Okay, so yeah, so both of these computers, I did totally wipe them when I got them. Like $15, like you can't go wrong. Okay, it came with a monitor and everything. Mind you, the monitor was garbage. I threw it out, but still, you know, you can't buy that for $15 from a garage sale, you know. So guys, if you guys are in a garage sale, or you know, if you're at a Goodwill or something and you see a computer like that and you actually stand there and look up the specs and it looks half decent, pick it up. You know, if it's bare minimum, you can flip it or give it to one of your friends who can use it. Me, I use this stuff for projects all the time. Like for example, the big arcade there, I have an i5 computer with I think 12 gigs of RAM running it, so it runs very smooth. Okay. So yeah, so these are going to be cannibalized. They're going to be broke down to your bare component parts, okay, just to run the monitor and the program, okay? So now for the monitor I'm going to use. Okay, so a lot of people use these kind of computer monitors here. This isn't really a 4.3, all right, but the computer monitors that are 4.3 setup, those are kind of best for video games anyway. That's how they're naturally laid out for 4.3. So yeah, so that's pretty much what people use, and you know, they're normally typically no bigger than 19 inches. And you know, like I said earlier, guys, if you're gonna spend the money and the time on making something, why not put a bigger screen TV? So I'm not gonna use this for this arcade cabinet. It's too small. You know, it would work, but you know, if I was in a tight spot, or if money was an issue, yeah, I probably would go with something like that, and I would have made the arcade a little bit smaller, but I got something better. So we're going to use this, actually. So what I'm going to end up using is this. This is a 26-inch flat-screen TV. It's got all the hookups for computers, for HDMI, everything. You know, it's very thin. All right, that actually, I made the cabinet to fit around this TV here. I did buy this new, maybe about 2 years ago. Cost me nearly $200, but you know what, I barely use it. Like I use it for when I you know, do my video editing, you know, so that's what this computer's for. That's for my video editing, so that's my beast. That's a quad-core processor and that with 16 gigs of RAM. That's what I use to edit these videos, guys. Not too much on these ones, than this series here. But yeah, so I'm going to end up using that. Alright, so in order to mount that in between this section here, alright, the monitor, what I did was I took a piece of just plywood. It doesn't have to be any fancy wood at all, okay, just something to hold the monitor, and I just attached, I don't know if you guys can see it, just a couple L brackets here, okay. Actually I had to use different ones here and here because I ran out of these ones, but they'll still work the same, okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to drill 4 holes into this piece of wood here. It's going to actually drill through the back of that nice monitor, 26-inch monitor through here, and then what these are for is when it slides in here, okay, just like that, nice tight fit, I'm going to fasten it this way, okay, to hold the monitor once I line up everything, okay, so that's just done with just plain old plywood. You're not going to see this, okay, so yeah, so that's how I'm going to hold the monitor, okay, so yeah. So pretty much, you know, that's what we're going to get into. This is going to be the first video, okay, more of an introduction on what I'm doing here, okay, guys. Please subscribe to the channel so you guys can see the rest of the build, alright. I'm going to be uploading videos as I have time and days off work because I'm still working here, guys, okay. I wish I could just take a month off work or a week off work and tackle this, but that's not feasible. I will make 2 videos today, though. This is the first one. I'm going to edit this real quick. There's not much editing involved, but I'm going to get this onto YouTube so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And hopefully in the next video, I'm going to go over all these holes here, the fasteners that I use to fasten these pieces of wood with some nice wood filler. And hopefully we get a first or second coat of paint on it, maybe some feet on the bottom of the cabinet so it doesn't scratch nothing up. And maybe even drill the holes for the speakers and work out the sound system. Anyway, guys, this is Retro Pro Frank. Thank you very much for watching. If you guys have any comments to leave in the bottom there, leave some comments in the bottom. If you guys notice in this series that I'm doing anything wrong, or if you guys want to give your opinion about something or something I should do to this cabinet, guys, leave some comments in the comment section. I love to read those comments, okay, and I'll take into consideration. I might give you a shout out. Okay, guys, so if there's something you'd like to see done with this cabinet, leave a comment, okay? Alright, guys, so this is Retro Pro Frank, and I'm out. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys like this video, go ahead and press the like button below, and you guys can leave some comments below in the comments section of the video. Please share this video on Facebook pages to your friends and family, as well as if you guys like this video, please subscribe. This is Retro Pro Frank. Thanks for watching. I'm out.